Lily Harper navigated the university halls with a quiet determination that belied her age. Since arriving at the esteemed institution, she had learned to navigate not just the complexities of advanced classes, but also the unwritten rules of academia. Her transition from Ridgeway Elementary to the university's challenging environment had been seamless, but one obstacle remained: Dr. Harold Grant. Dr. Grant, a new addition to the faculty renowned for his sharp intellect and sharper tongue, had quickly garnered a reputation for his biting sarcasm and belittling comments. His presence cast a shadow over the otherwise encouraging atmosphere, leaving many students demoralized. During this tumultuous time, Lily found solace in a newfound friendship with Emma Hayes, a shy but brilliant biologist. Bonding over shared experiences of being underestimated, the two often sought refuge in discussions of science and future aspirations. One afternoon they sat together in the university courtyard, the hum of students and distant lectures providing a comforting backdrop. "Emma, have you considered the enzyme reaction experiment for Dr. Williams' class?" Lily asked, her eyes alight with enthusiasm. Emma smiled, grateful for Lily's unwavering support. "I've been contemplating different approaches, but I'm apprehensive about presenting. Dr. Grant's critiques can be harsh." Lily nodded, a flicker of resolve in her eyes. "We'll tackle it together, Emma. Don't let his remarks discourage you." Despite Lily's reassurances, fear of Dr. Grant spread among the students like a dark cloud. His sarcastic jabs and condescending remarks poisoned the classroom atmosphere, culminating in a seminar where Emma nervously presented her enzyme experiment findings. Standing before the class, Emma hesitated as Dr. Grant interrupted with a dismissive tone. "Ah, Miss Hayes, another groundbreaking discovery in our midst. Did you uncover this revelation all by yourself, or did someone guide your hand?" Lily's jaw tightened, her patience wearing thin. She watched Emma struggle under the professor's scrutiny, her mind racing with indignation. Lily couldn't remain silent any longer. Rising from her seat, she faced Dr. Grant squarely. "Professor Grant, enough." The room fell silent, anticipation palpable as all eyes turned to the confrontation unfolding. Dr. Grant raised an eyebrow, feigning interest. "Miss Harper, enlighten us. What insight do you bring to this discussion?" Lily's voice was steady, devoid of hesitation. "I have questions for you, Professor." Dr. Grant smirked, folding his arms. "By all means, entertain us." Lily paused, her gaze unwavering. "Can you elucidate on the practical implications of the Navier-Stokes existence and smoothness problem in fluid dynamics, particularly in relation to turbulence modelling at high Reynolds numbers?" Dr. Grant hesitated, caught off guard. "Well, the Navier-Stokes equations are foundational, but the existence and smoothness problem, it's rather theoretical, but Lily pressed on, her tone cutting. "And what about the Yang-Mills existence and mass gap conjecture in quantum field theory, specifically within non-abelian gauge fields?" Dr. Grant's confidence wavered. "The Yang-Mills theory, it's a complex subject, but the mass gap conjecture, it's pivotal, but Lily leaned forward, her voice a razor's edge. "How about the contemporary research into the P versus NP problem and its implications for cryptography and algorithmic complexity? Can you elaborate on recent advancements and their potential impact on computational security protocols?" Dr. Grant faltered, unable to muster a coherent response. The room held its breath as Lily stood her ground, each question a calculated strike against his arrogance. Defeated, Dr. Grant abruptly excused himself from the classroom, his departure a stark admission of defeat. For days he wrestled with Lily's piercing questions, the weight of his own hubris heavy on his conscience. When Dr. Grant returned to the lecture hall, a palpable shift had occurred. His demeanour was subdued, humbled by the realization of his shortcomings. After the lecture, he requested a private conversation with Lily. Miss Harper, Dr. Grant began, his voice stripped of its usual barbs, I have reflected on our exchange. Your questions, they were challenging, to say the least. Lily met his gaze evenly. I only sought to illustrate the importance of respect and encouragement in learning. Dr. Grant nodded, contrite. I realize now my approach was flawed. I apologize for undermining your potential and that of your peers. Moving forward, I aspire to foster an environment where all students can thrive. Lily offered a small smile. Thank you, Professor. Together we can cultivate a place of growth and respect. As she walked away, Emma approached, eyes bright with admiration. You did it, Lily. He's changed. Lily smiled, a quiet hero in a world where knowledge and compassion held equal power. And so Lily Harper continued her journey, not just as a prodigy, but as a beacon of integrity and resilience, shaping a future where brilliance shone brighter than cynicism.